G'day guys, welcome to the first ever Down Under Rigs segment. Basically, any builds that we see along the way, or any builds that the owners are willing to share what they've done, we're basically going to start a section called Down Under Rigs. And what better way to start than with our very own Ranger. We've done a lot of work to it, and I'm more than happy to tell you what we've done and go through the whole build with you. So let's get into it. Alright, I think it's only fair that we start at the front. We're going to work our way around with accessories and stuff, then we'll get into performance and gearbox, transmission, etc. So we're running a DriveTech Rivals bar. It's an aluminium outer casing, so all the stuff that you do see is aluminium. It's actually pretty bloody strong for aluminium. It also has a steel cradle that you can adapt a winch onto, and it has recovery points that are rated. So we've snatched off them. We've snatched the car and the caravan out of the soft sand in our Tiwa episode, and the bar did not move. It didn't move 1 millimeter, so we're very happy with that. Moving down the side of the vehicle, we're running Outlaw 17-inch wheels with BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres, the KO2s. These have been a really good tyre. I personally think they're a bit too soft for like towing caravans and stuff. We wore out nearly a brand new set just on our Uluru trip. I do watch the pressures and stuff, you know, as I'm traveling, and they did wear a bit faster than I would ever want them to, but you know, we got a new set on there and they're all fine now. We're running the Dobinson MRA fully adjustable suspension, front and back, so fully adjustable shocks. You know, you can adjust them basically to suit all the terrains and stuff you're going to be traveling on. If you find it being a bit too rough, you can soften it up. Same thing, if it's too soft, you can stiffen it up. I think it's about a 450 constant spring on the rear, just to help with the van weight and the canopy and stuff. Not that the canopy is overly heavy. We went with Impact Butte canopy. It's really well made. I'm very happy with the canopy, and I think they're sort of an entry-level price, about $4 grand for the 1800 box on it. And we're running the Arrow under tray boxes. These are bloody awesome. You can store a lot of your crap in there, like tie down straps. We've got a few screw-in anchors and stuff for the awning. We're running the Darchi 180-degree awning on the canopy. It's bloody awesome. It does self-support it. It self-supports itself as you're putting it up, but we always use the legs because I just don't trust it. The wind is bloody powerful, and yeah, I'd rather just use the legs for the sake of using the legs, just help it out a bit. This side of the car, UHF. We're running a Meredith Metalworks snorkel. About does it on the outside of the car. Obviously we have the Max Tracks on the canopy as well. But yeah, let's have a look under the bonnet. Alright, so in this car we're running a full PWR intercooler kit, which you can see in here. We're also running a front mount transmission cooler from PWR. They make really good gear. Anyone that knows PWR knows that it's quality stuff. A lot of racing products and stuff are designed by them, developed by them. So yeah, it was wasn't a question, we just wanted PWR stuff in here. We're running a Direction Plus secondary diesel filter. That is a must in my opinion for anyone that wants to travel the country and that's running a common rail modern diesel motor. So that was just a given that we would have to get that. We're also running a HPD catch can in it. Very easy to check. You just simply move this thing out the way, and yeah, that obviously doesn't have too much oil getting through there, so that's a really good catch can. Meredith Metalworks airbox plumbed into our snorkel, and we're also running a new Garrett turbo, so that is a new addition as well. Transmission wise, paired up with the cooler, we're running a bigger sump and the valve body upgrade, all from Wholesale Automatics. If you ring them up, they'll piece together a kit. You just tell them what you want, and they usually have someone local that can fit it all up for you, which is a bloody bonus. I would say the gearbox stuff. Get your automatic, valve body done, bigger sump, and a front mount cooler, because it made so much difference. The gearbox temps are way lower, like at least average around 15 degrees lower the whole time, and we have not seen any stupidly high transmission temps since we did all that stuff to it. So this has also been tuned by Ultimate Diesel. We didn't go for a big power tune, we just went for a towing tune. So I won't bother with any figures or anything. It's above standard, but not as much as all your big powerful players out there. So underneath the vehicle, we're running an Outlaw 3-inch exhaust from Turbo Back. This is a pre-DPF model, so we can go turbo back with that. And it's not an overly loud exhaust, but performance wise it definitely does the job. It's ceramic coated, and yeah, I love it. It's just the perfect all-rounder because you don't get any stupid noises on the highway when you're traveling for a long time. And yeah, it's ceramic coated, it's never going to rust, it's just perfect. Let's head over to the canopy. It's a very simple setup compared to what most of you guys will be expecting to see in a touring vehicle. We basically have just a simple DC-DC red arc charger, a fuse box just for lights and stuff. This is where we plug our solar panel in. We're running a Vision lithium battery, I think it's 120 amp hour, or it might be 100, but it's well enough for us because all we really have is the upright fridge. This is a Bushman fridge, upright. It's very empty at the moment, just some remnants of a weekend away. But yeah, running the Bushman fridge, and the fridge is bloody awesome. However, I'm not a huge fan of how much stuff moves around in there. If you guys have this same fridge, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. The fact that it's an upright fridge is really good for accessibility and keeping your weights down. You don't need the fridge slide or anything. So that was sort of why we went down this route, because yeah, we've had a lot of trouble with weights and stuff in this car, especially with the van hooked up. We basically have about 80 kilos of usable weight because of our GCM and our GBM. So yeah, we have to keep the weights down as much as possible. It's just all aluminium. The fridge is super light, everything's super light. I will spin you around to this side where we have a few more little bling bits. Basically, this is the air compressor. So we went TJM Pro Series twin air compressor, a 5-litre tank, and we just have a reel here from Bunnings. But that's awesome, it's 10 meters, so it allows you to get right out to the tires on the van. That is a very simple, that's a very simple idea that I saw at a caravan show, and I just had to have it because it saves you running all your lines out and everything. This here automatically retracts, so if you do have room for one of these fellas, I highly suggest it. It's a bloody game changer. I didn't want to say that on this episode, but there you have it. So yeah, simply runs off, little switch there, pumps up the tank. We have an outlet here and obviously the one on our hose. We're running some LED strip lights up here, has both amber and the white light. They're awesome. They're expensive, but they do a really bloody good job. And if I can remember what brand they are, I'll post it up the top there. So I think that's about it, guys. It's not an overly complicated build, but we've spent a hell of a lot of money on the performance side, and we've spent a hell of a lot of money on the gearbox just to help it do its job. Sorry, I'm sweating my guts out here. It's pretty hot today and there's no cloud cover, so, well, I mean there's cloud cover but I'm not in it. So yeah, that's basically the full rundown of the Ranger. It's a bloody awesome vehicle. However, it's a bittersweet moment for the Ranger, because the last trip that we did to Tiwa will actually be the Ranger's last trip. After our Uluru episodes, and after we sort of got back and crunched some numbers, the car's just too bloody close to the GVM and the GCM. Now Ford need to work on this, because so many people run these cars and they are good, but they're lacking in the combined mass of your tow vehicle and your trailer. And because our van, I'm not going to get too far into it, but basically the van and the car combined, it only allows us to have about 200 kilos in the van and about 80 kilos in the car. So it's just not, it's not going to work. By the time we fill up a jerry can, chuck some bottles of water in there, fill this thing up full of Larrys, we're over the GVM. So unfortunately, this rig rundown is also going to be a testimonial video to the faithful Ranger. It served us well. It took us halfway across the country, and I cannot fault this bloody vehicle. So if you're lucky enough to find it up for sale and buy it, I guarantee you, you're going to have one of the best Rangers in the country. We have not put one cheap part in this car, and we absolutely love it. Yeah, it's our pride. So it's going to be very sad to close the door on this chapter. However, every door that closes, another one opens. And in about 2-3 days time, we will be opening the doors on our new adventure rig. So hopefully you guys come on board for the adventure, and we can build the new car all through the channel, show you guys what we're doing with it. And unfortunately, as awesome as that is, we do have to get rid of the Ranger. So if you want it, chuck a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. But just off the top of my head, I feel like we're going to be looking around the $60,000 mark, because yeah, there's literally not 1 cent to spend on this thing. It's ready to go, and the new owner, well, they're just going to love it 100%. If you guys are towing like a camper trailer or something smaller than a full-size van, then you actually have a hell of a lot of payload and stuff. Just the vehicle itself, just for an idea, if you were just to take this vehicle without towing anything, it actually weighs, it's very light, so you can have about 550-600 kilos in the canopy and everything. It's just the fact that when we hook the van on, and then we've got the combined mass of the towing and everything, that it shrinks all those numbers right down, and it's just not going to work for us. So yeah, it's very bloody sad, and I really didn't want to get rid of it. We did build this thing to take us around the country, and I mean, that's why we did it. It's just sad that we won't get to do it with it now. I hope you enjoyed the first ever Rigs Down Under episode. It's going to be bloody exciting. Hopefully we see some awesome stuff along the way, and the owners are willing to share their details on the car, and we can have a look around them, because I know there's some bloody wicked rigs out there. So yep, I'll leave it there, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the videos. And if you want to keep in touch and keep up to date with where we're heading and what's next, hit the subscribe button. Also, I want a big thank you to all the latest subscribers. We've had over 50 subscribers in the last 7 days, so thank you guys. You're all bloody legends, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.